Would anyone want to kill a sweet 64-year-old live-alone woman? And then how the heck could it be a young 13-year-old male?
So this 13-year-old boy has been charged with the murder of a 64-year-old Fairfax woman. Brenda Ordonez has been following this breaking story all day and has more.
Yeah, it was truly the first shock of the day for myself and for several in the community, how young this suspect is. The second shock coming moments later when I realized I interviewed the suspect's mother last week, just one day after the murder. Take a listen.
I really feel for her family, and I can't imagine how they're feeling right now because we as neighbors are just devastated.
You're hearing the voice of a woman we now know is the mother of the 13-year-old suspect charged with murdering his neighbor, 64-year-old Sheila Denise Tenpenny, on February 2nd. I did this interview the day after. The mother did not want to show her face, but told me for 9 years she and her two 13-year-old boys have lived in their Fairfax home, which they are now selling. The woman told me the day Tenpenny's body was discovered, she had sent one of her sons away.
Yeah, so my son went to spend the afternoon with his dad because he had fallen earlier that day. And anyway, just kind of recover and have some time away from the house and stuff and from his brother. And then I noticed kind of the stuff happening around us, and so I was like, let's get him out of here.
Shortly after this interview, investigators with BCI, working jointly with Fairfax police, confirmed the suspect broke into Tenpenny's home and was likely injured while committing the crime. In a 911 call from Tenpenny's brother, who discovered her body, he told dispatch she had a pillow over her face like she had been smothered. Neighbors who were on high alert tell us BCI had been good about keeping them updated with the investigation.
They showed up Tuesday, and they talked to us about like what they knew so far, and could only disclose like that they had identified, it was positively identified male DNA at the scene, and then before we know it, yesterday night, crime scene investigators were out here again, or BCI were out here again across the street, and took the family away while they searched the property.
Neighbors tell us they were shocked to wake up Thursday morning with the news their 13-year-old neighbor was charged with murder.
Just can't believe it, like that something like this would happen somewhere like this.
Neighbors tell us they did not know the suspect or his family well, noting they kept to themselves. They did say Tenpenny was a sweet woman who loved to garden and share her produce with her neighbors.
So unfortunate that it happened to someone like her, and we have to sit and look at her house and her car every single day and know that we're never going to see her again.
And now the 13-year-old suspect did appear in court today, where a judge ordered him to remain at the juvenile detention facility for the safety of himself and also for the community. He does have another pre-trial hearing scheduled next week. Now, as for if he will be tried as an adult, that has yet to be determined. We'll find that out as his case moves further down in the court system. Of course, we're going to keep you up to date with that on air and online. For now in Fairfax, Brenda Ordonez, Fox 19 Now.
Might have a lot of questions about that story, but we wanted to pass this along. So when Brenda first covered that story, she just went around the neighborhood knocking on doors in the area and spoke to the suspect's mom last Monday. That was February 3rd. And that's when she told Brenda she was concerned about her son, who was injured and hadn't been paying much attention to the investigation, she says. Brenda said she did reach out to the mother today after police announced that arrest of her son, but she never heard back. We will continue to update you as soon as we learn more.